Get out my business. Nani? Okay.
Hey, how you guys doing? My name's Heero. That's Eric. You can find him at ET Facts with a Z at the end on all major platforms. You can find me at the _identity_booth Linktree below. And I'm not even going like stunt for you guys. This week's show is not for the weak of heart. We're going to be covering a lot of traumatic situations, and we're going to be talking about them in depth. I literally have a notepad full of stoppage times for us to watch. And the first case we're going to be talking about is going to be talking about Daunte Wright's current situation. Eric, what do you know about this situation, and what are your views on this right now?
Oh, bro. So, Daunte Wright's 20 years old. He's been arrested, seems like, at least 3 times. He has 3 misdemeanors, 1 for drug possession. It's like petty drug possession. 1 for disorderly conduct. Those are the real 2 main charges. And 1 for failure to appear, which, whatever. I mean, I watched the video. It's like a little 60-second clip. I watched it. He seems to cooperate with the police officers. Get out. They start to handcuff him. And all of a sudden he struggles. He tries to get back in the car, tries to start the car up and go. I guess he successfully starts the car, but he can't engage the gear. And there's a 26-year veteran of the police force. And this is where I have an issue. Now, police officers have what they call a duty rig. And on this rig, they have handcuffs, mace, baton/steel stick, whatever you want to call it, taser, pepper spray or mace, and a pistol. What I see here is a person who's obviously right-handed, which means her pistol would be on her right side. Says, I'm going to reaches to her sidearm on the right, even though your taser's on your left. And the reason why I know that, because if you go back and watch the freeze frame, there's also another right-handed police officer. And guess where his taser is conveniently placed? On his left side. So that's how I know her taser was on her left side. In the midst of a scuffle with the dude he was a little dude. He wasn't a big dude. Skinny little dude. The cop could have manhandled the dude if he wanted to. The lady reaches, pulls it. I honestly think she thought it was a taser because she didn't dump. When the one sound. Now hold on. The one shot. Holy blankety blank! I shot him.
No, that part for sure. But I want to get to the crux of the situation, and we'll watch the video. And like I said, we got the points for you. But I want to show you the fuckery she went through in order to shoot this person. How many times she had to fuck up in order to actually shoot this person. So let's actually go to the video and check it out real quick, right? So basically what we have here, we're going to start off at this point, and I want to just explain something. The warrant for his arrest was for a weed possession charge. Weed has been decriminalized for his failure to appearance was from the warrant for the drug charge. The disorderly conduct was already taken care of. He pled guilty to that already.
He pled guilty, but he was on a payment plan. So
and that's what the weed charge was about. So that's the one I'm talking about in reference to. He was on a payment plan that was already eliminated. So I want to explain to you why this warrant shouldn't even exist. In 2017, when he pled guilty for this charge and they put him on the payment plan, then fast forward to 2019 where they decriminalized weed. So that charge should have been wiped out automatically. But because of the 2020 pandemic and the state has to acquire their funds, they put it back into circulation. Meaning this guy for the last 4 years, didn't know he had a warrant on his name because it didn't exist until 2020. And the thing that's really disturbing about that is that they mailed it to the wrong address. They didn't go to the post office to get an updated version where it was up to date. They mailed it to the last known address. And for anybody, and that's just the system for you right there.
Hold on. Let me say something here. I have been arrested twice for moving violations. Here's the deal. I had 13 moving violations, all between the 2006 to 2008. I knew I had tickets. I knew I didn't pay the tickets. Doesn't matter if they mail them to the wrong house. It doesn't matter. You know you have tickets.
No, you
as
don't.
an adult.
Not in this situation.
Yes,
Not in this
yes,
situation.
Yeah.
When they did, no.
Don't make no.
No,
what
bro,
happened to him is wrong. But I'm using myself as an example.
You said
I know. I'm a grown man. I have agency. I know that I did not pay these tickets. Every time that I get in my vehicle and roll, I am taking a calculated risk to go and do my business, whatever it is that I'm doing. And if I get stopped, there's a good chance that I could be arrested. I know that I take these risks. The difference was I thought that the risk was less than the reward. Me going out, having my freedom to move about, go to work, and so on and so forth. I was irresponsible in not paying my tickets. Doesn't mean the tickets aren't bogus in Daunte Wright's situation. I completely agree there, but we have to what happened to him is a tragedy, and honestly, the lady resigned only because she didn't want to be fired. She'd probably, if I was her, I'd be off the grid, change my name already, the whole thing. It's a problem. 26-year veteran doing what she did. You're supposed to know better. You're supposed to do better, but you didn't. Why? I will get to that in a second, but at least say, hey, young man, why are you out here like this in these streets?
And it's the simple answer is they don't care. And we'll talk about it because the very first thing he says to him. So mind you, now let's put it all back into context, right? So we're at this point. All three officers know that his warrant, his total outcome is for $158. That's how much he owes. Total. $158. This is something you could have told him. And they stopped him for an air freshener being in his eyesight. And that's
bogus.
And that's
so bogus.
And it's a free gimmick. This is and it is a statute in the Virginia law that you can't have anything hanging, but it's the bullshit. You feel me? They pulled him over for the bullshit and they ran his plates for that. They saw him, then they looked for something to do with him. So let's just keep that in let's just keep that in mind. So then
and to your point, bro, this is the issue Heero and I have with quote unquote modern policing. And I'm using that word policing loosely. You stopped a person. First of all, why the heck do you have a statute that says a person can't hang an air freshener from their rear view mirror? It is not obstructing their view. Fuzzy dice is not obstructing their view. It's not. Here's the crazy thing. We have the same statute here in Texas, but you know what people also have on their dash or on their actual windshield is one of those suction cup things to hold their phone, or one of those suction cup things that hold their dash cam.
It's crazy.
And you know what? Nobody ever gets freaking stopped for that, but you'll stop them for an air freshener. You know why they made that? Because this goes back to the war on drugs.
They just have to find something.
Air freshener hanging, we assume that they're trying to cover up the smell of marijuana. Mm-hmm. This is exactly why they do that. You know how I know that? Because I've been pulled over. I had 13 moving violations. I know exactly what it is a cop is looking for. And Heero has been a part of agencies, and he knows exactly what they're looking for. Having an air freshener, and it's funny, I give you a story. When me and my wife were living in Virginia, and got stopped one time. Cops, she was driving. They didn't look at her. They looked at me. Hand on pistol, the whole thing. Saw we had air freshener hanging down. After that, I said, nope, we'll never hang another air freshener. You know where I hang my air freshener now? I hang it on my clicker for my turn signal. That's where I have to hang it. Because if I put it on the mirror, I'm getting stopped. It's just the way that it's going to go.
It's ridiculous, but ultimately, with this, we're going to start watching this video, and I just want you guys to pay attention to what is going on, and I'll be stopping it to kind of give you a play-by-play. So we're going to start here at the 18-second mark, and we're going to go all the way up into the 25-second mark, and just listen kind of carefully to what's going on. All right. So right here at the 25-second mark, she says, you have a warrant out for your arrest. And just let me know if you guys can hear that. The warrant for the arrest is for the $158, right? That is something you could have easily told. You don't have to arrest him for $100. They can see it's $158. That you don't have to arrest him for $158. You simply tell him, hey, look, man, you got a warrant out on your arrest. This is going to be a notice for us to tell you that you need to show up to court or get in contact with someone. Now, in the next clip, he's going to tense up after receiving this information, because imagine, once again, you've been living your life for the last 3 years because that was supposedly supposed to be thrown out because you had already pled guilty to it and they had decriminalized weed already at that point. He was shocked to think that they have the wrong person. I'm not the person they want, because I don't have any warrants in my arrest. Okay, and right here, don't tense up. What the fuck does that mean? Don't tense up. I'm being held against my will. That is.
He's not. I don't see him struggling.
He doesn't tense up. Look, he's completely compliant. We'll go right back to it. He's completely compliant. And I feel like this is something that they say in order to get a reaction out of you so that they can apply more force. Because what does do you want him to go limp? Like, this is mindless instructions. Don't tense up. He didn't even say, don't pull away from me. Don't tense up. Why can't I tense up as I'm being restrained? Let's go on. Now, I want you to pay attention to this picture right here. Notice this piece of paper in her hand, right? This is a piece of paper in her hand, her right hand, which is her dominant.
No. Rewind it just like 2 seconds. I want to point out a point I made just a few minutes ago. Waiting on it to right. Yeah. What is that y'all see on the right side of that?
Oh yeah, the next clip you'll see it. You'll see it clear in the next clip.
What is on the right hip of the police officer? The male, right there, gun, baton in the back. What's that on the left? Keep play it forward a couple more seconds and pause when you see the yellow.
As soon as I get to that frame, I'll get you there now. I just want to state that because what's on the officer's hip is definitely going to be the taser, but it's important to see that piece of paper is in her hand, and here she switches hands. She puts the paper from her right dominant hand into her left weaker hand, right here. Yes. So in this emergency, she doesn't even think to drop the piece of paper. She knows to switch hands with the paper into her weaker hand and pick up her right hand. So now let's go a little bit further.
You see, but do you see what's on this cop that is in the
right
car?
Here.
You see what's on his left?
Exactly.
What is on his left right there? What is that?
That's his taser. This is the taser of the left side.
Perfectly. So she switched hands with the paper,
which is still in her left hand. If you look into the picture,
a right-handed person would have their taser. I mean, we can't make this up, bro. It's on camera.
No, we literally can't lie. In all of the emergencies you could have been facing, she still has that paper in her left hand to reach out and touch him while she draws her weapon. We'll go back to normal speed because you kind of have to see this to like understand what's going on. But just let that concept roll for a second. She switched hands on a piece of paper. Your life was in danger, right? And the story behind this is crazy because you want to know the crazy part, Eric? If I asked you who was the veteran in this situation, you would say, well, the person who didn't shoot, right? He's the rookie currently being trained. This was supposed to be his first arrest. The rookie, the guy that was arresting him, this was supposed to be his first arrest until she came along. Let's go. I'll tase you. She's saying she's going to tase him while she's holding a handgun. 26 years in the force.
She's not looking. She's not even paying attention. I don't believe it.
No, And you want to know what it is? You don't call that paying attention. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't an accident. This is called negligence. I'm tired of all the fucking news reporters saying this was an accident, a misfire. An accident is when you drop your fucking lunch after not eating all goddamn day and you've been fasting. An accident is rolling over some fucking nails that you should have cleared out of your driveway. A fender bender. This is negligence. We give you the power to take life. You don't have accidents when you have that power. If you came in for a kidney transplant, you got a heart transplant, you're not going to pat the person on the back. It's this mindless self-indulgence that allows this perpetuating bullshit. Can you imagine? 26 years on the force, she's the union. Let's look at her real quick. This is the chick.
2019 police union president.
The president of this shit. She is in charge of training someone. She's training a person who she nearly shot. She drew her weapon and shot across from her partner. That's one endangerment, isn't it? And let's go back to the mental, where this kid was mentally. He thinks to himself, I have no warrants out on my name. They have the wrong person. And I get tired of people telling me the bullshit. Black people are terrified of the police, period. I'm still looking for a good cop, period. So, he should have cooperated. He should have run. Don't worry. We got a story for the cooperation part 2. But literally, all 3 stories we cover today, we cover every aspect of it. What if you fight? What if you don't fight? And what if you're just minding your own goddamn business? No matter what you do, they're gonna come get you.
It's unfortunately it's difficult to police a group of people that you're afraid of. If you're not in fear, you can stand in confidence. I was talking to a former Marine friend of mine who follows a guy on YouTube who's a former police officer, and he gives his breakdown on how he handles situations like these. He says he does 3 things. First time I ask you, second time I tell you, third time I make you. He says, I do not raise my voice. I do not escalate the emotionalism. You know why? Because I'm the one in control. I'm the one who's giving the lawful order. My order is going to be followed whether you want to or not. So I don't have to yell, scream, berate you, draw my weapon unless it's absolutely life-threatening on my part. And this is a person who's a retired military cop, civilian police officer, and he's talking with good sense. But unfortunately, we keep running into situations where people keep making bad judgments. And I'm beginning to wonder what the real issue is. It's judgments. You don't know how to de-escalate situations. You don't know how to do conflict resolution. You use your gun you use your weapons before you use your words. If a person is absolutely not listening, obviously you have to subdue them and make them do what you want to do. But this person wouldn't be in this situation. Number one, I'm going to give him his accountability. Pay your tickets. But if you don't, you shouldn't be pulled over for fuzzy dice or a goddamn air freshener hanging from your windshield, because it's not obstructing your view. You're not looking diagonally when you drive. Your eyes veer off to check your mirrors, but you're looking this way. You're looking straight in front of you when you're operating your motor vehicle. It is not an obstruction. It's just petty and stupid way for them, if they don't run for them to say, oh, he's got something hanging, I'm going to run his plates. Oh, it's just bad. I'm just over it. I mean, there needs to be such a reform in the statutes. I'm telling you, 80% of what we call quote unquote policing is BS statutes that don't actually solve any crimes.
Police can't solve 80% of major crimes. They don't resolve 60% of rapes. There's never been an active point where an officer was on site to stop an armed robbery. You want to know why that shit doesn't exist? It's because their whole idea of policing, that whole rhetoric for policing, comes down to what are you going to do when the time comes. So ultimately, I think we lost Eric.
I don't know what happened to my video.
Oh, there you go. All right, Eric's back. So ultimately, what you have to do, or what you're going to be forced to do, is take account of the things that are going on. And I know you're looking at this picture right now thinking to yourself, what does this guy have to do with this? And it's eerie because almost 3 years ago to the day, this guy was shot by an officer within 13 seconds for a similar situation. A misfire. And that person wasn't charged anymore. And it's just I'm just showing you this to let you know that not only did she retire, so did the chief of police. After going out against the will of the against the district attorney to not put out a statement, he still went out and put a statement out in the favor of the officer. That is clearly painting a narrative. The mayor of the city, kudos to him, brother, flat out said, nope. Once the governor is done with the whole Derek Chauvin situation, he wants the same prosecutor and not district attorney, the state's attorney general to take over this case, and rightfully so. That city cannot be put in charge of dealing with this anymore, especially since this city's first chief of police and mayor were both part of the Ku Klux Klan. The founders of this city.
Okay, all right, hold on, bro.
No, there's nothing to hold on about. Bro. No, there's nothing to hold on about, bro. They are literally the founders of this city, and they were the people that created this system. It was bred from it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that the people currently there are part of the Ku Klux Klan member, but the disease, honestly,
bro,
the residue.
You had a strong argument without even bringing that up. That's really
no, it's not, but it has really to be brought up because the guy to the right died and he got no justice. And it makes you wonder why. That's all I'm saying. Hey, you can feel however you want to feel about it. This will obviously be an ongoing story. And Derek Chauvin's case is definitely going to be a huge dictation on what happens with this case. But I'm thrilled to see. And more importantly, I'm interested to know what you guys feel about this. I see people writing in comment sections that this is exhausting. But if we get tired of talking about this, trust and believe they're not going to get tired of killing us. So we have to keep up our end of the bargain and bring this information to you so you are informed, prepared, and know what it's like to be treated. Ultimately, if you are okay, just give them whatever information you need to give them, because it's better to come home than to go to a funeral house. And I mean, that's the story on that. Eric, you got any last thoughts on it?
Nah, bro. I mean, I think we pretty much covered it. Plus, we got more stories like this to talk about. So let me tell the people where they can find us.
Yeah,
right here on YouTube. Make sure you go ahead, hit that thumbs up, hit that sub button. You know, shout out to Twisted Text for being subbed on all platforms, holding it down for us. So make sure you go ahead and do like Twisted Text. Follow us on all platforms. We got the link tree there. We like Visa. We everywhere you need to be. We do appreciate thumbs up and thumbs down. We love shares, and we definitely love for y'all to come get this work down in this comment section, man. And we got a great thing going on for y'all right now. We got the run sign up. We got the 24 miles, 24 hours, the Endurance 24 Challenge. Shout out to Altenberg and Russo, 2 teachers from TF North High School, raising money to send some kids to college. You're trying to get the 20 bands, you feel me? So help us run that checkup, man. Help these kids out. Heero.
Hey, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you coming through. Put on your goddamn mask and be careful out there, man. We need you guys. We need you guys more than we think. Hey, shout out to the 6 people on Twitch. Whoa, what up, Twitch?
Twitch holding it down.
Twitch is
down,
man.
Twitch is, man. Twitch gang holding it. Always holding it down. We gotta show love to the Twitch. Solo Twitch.
Slow it down, and we can catch the vibe.
All right.
But it's so hard to find through the daily grind. We're working overtime, and I'm sleep deprived. Shorty on the line, and we fuss and fight. Seems like every night. Don't care who's wrong or right. I hope the end is sight. Slow it down, and we can catch the vibes.